Hello, I hope you're well. I just thought I'd give you a quick update. As you know, we're down to one wage at the moment because I'm out of work just for now. So obviously we're having to be really careful about what we're doing. And as I said before in my previous video, we are using up everything in our house. Doing very well. Mick's fantastic cook. He's already prepared dinner behind me in the slow cooker. So I'll give you a quick update about what I got today. So I like to go and support the market where I can. Usually I stock up my freezer. I went past Lidl on the way and I could get 2 kilograms of chicken for £12.50 at Lidl at the moment. When I spoke to the meat man on the market today, he could sell me 5 kilograms for £40. Unfortunately, because of my circumstances, I'm trying to keep costs down. So I bought 2 of these today. So that's 2 kilograms each pack, £12.50 a pack. So £25 for the 2 for 4 kilograms, which I didn't think was too bad. So that will see us and that will fill the freezer. So I shall vacuum seal those actually in portions for meals, and we'll sort that out later tonight. So this is what I got from the market today. Massive Swede, you can see how big that is. I thought that was really good. I needed some more white onions because we'd run out of those completely. I like to get them from the market if I'm available to go. Look at the size of this. Absolutely huge cabbage. So that will see us for quite a few meals, which is great. And also my husband's favourite, he loves parsnips. So they were selling them at £2.50 for £2, but obviously I only wanted a couple, so he didn't charge me too much. So all of that together came to £4.50, which I didn't think was too bad considering the size of the Swede and the cabbage, which is really good value. So Mick and I have been going through all of our pantry and trying to use up things that are going out of date or have gone out of date. As you can see, we've been using these up. This actually was full and we've been using them as we go. This is the meal plan that we've been using for the week. As you can see, we had some frozen fish. We made our own chips on Monday. We had some beef mince to use up. So we had some mixed veg frozen that we wanted to use up. We've been through the freezer. We had some frozen carrots and peas we wanted to use up. Then we used one of the shepherd's pie mixes that was out of date. So we've done that. Wednesday, we had another chicken casserole, one that we needed to use up. We wanted to put that in the slow cooker. We had roast potatoes. So we had the leftover potatoes from the bag that I bought from Lidl for £4. And then we had the leftover frozen carrots and we got some kale from the allotment. So Mick brought that home as well last night and we had that. Yeah, so some leftover kale in the fridge here, which is lovely and healthy. So we had that last night and there's still a bit left to use up, which is great. And then in the slow cooker today, we have beef casserole, 2 of frozen. So what we did was we had 2-part beef casseroles left over in Tupperware. So we got those out the freezer and they're now in the slow cooker cooking nicely. There's not massive amount of meat in either. So, but we'll bulk that up with lots of vegetables. And then tomorrow we've got chilli and spag bowl. Again, they were out the freezer frozen, half spag bowl, half chilli. We're actually going to mix them both together and we'll have that as one meal with rice or spaghetti, depending on what Mick prefers. Then on Saturday, we've got some breakfast to use up. Potato salad from Lidl. That will turn out to be a really good cheap meal because Mick loves the potato salad. I could make it, but to be honest with you, he likes the potato salad from there. So you get a massive amount. And then we're having roast beef and Yorkshire pudding on Sunday. The roast beef we bought from the market in bulk. I spent £80 on beef, which was masses of beef. To stock up our freezers, and we're working through it. Part of that was mince, part of it was steak beef. And the Yorkshire pudding, I will be making those myself because I make a good Yorkshire pudding. And obviously with that, we'll have all the trimmings, the vegetables, etc. Yeah, so this is how we store our potatoes. We used to buy individual bags of Maris Pipers, but because money's tight at the moment, obviously we're trying not to spend too much. I buy a big bag of potatoes now from Lidl, which was £4, now gone up to £4.20. We've got part of them in this basket here, which we just use as we need to. So yeah, this is how we store the rest of the potatoes. So we'll use the ones in the basket first, then we'll come and use these, transfer them out. But we just find that potatoes last a little bit longer when they're in the fridge. Mick had this slow cooker from years before we met, and we've been together for over 25 years. It does us so proud. It's fantastic that it's ceramic. This is the beef stew that we had 2 of in the freezer, and that's cooking nicely in here. So as you can see, beautiful meat from the market. There's 2 things you could do here. You can carry on using it as we are as a stew, or if you really wanted to, you could add tinned potatoes and lots of vegetables, throw it all in and cook it nicely slowly down, and it could make even a chunky soup. So yeah, either way, it's going to be very tasty. Smells wonderful. So that will be our tea for tonight.